Hi, I'm Hitomi Gilliam at Accent Decor. Terrific selection of containers that I've found here on this visit. One of my favorites were these Jambi vases. They come in the lavender, the orange, and aqua and green. Fabulous, fabulous coloring. What I love about these is the ease of designing into these so that you can do some quick table centers down the banquet tables, or you can do something for an office. Corporate account, something very, very simple. One of the things that I wanted to show you is how sometimes it's difficult to put some of these flowers in these vases because the opening is just a little tad too big. And so to make it so that the single flower insertions are much easier, I want to show you a trick. I fill this with water, and what I've done is taken equisetum as a filler so that then I can design into this with the equisetum to its side and push it down so that the equisetum actually guides it down so it stands up nice and straight. Now after the fact, I can clip that off so that it keeps it nice and clean. What I want to do is actually cut the ends, the bottom end, so that you can still preserve the top end for other purposes. So that this is what I'm doing and using these as sort of wedge. And so this is what I do, is actually guide this, and you see that I use this equisetum on this side. On this one, I want to use it maybe to the front so I can get just a little bit more dimension on that one to make it come to the front, like that. And then this one here, I might actually use this, and I see that this neck is broken, so I'm going to just slip it down and use it like this. And this one here, I am going to put these together so that this and maybe this, and then just to firm it up, I'm going to use this equisetum to push it down so it stays in place. So this is kind of what I've got, something like this, and I might trim off the tips of these so that you don't see them. And this one, I can probably push it down a little bit more. This one, I can probably push it down some and then cut off so that you have this sort of single bloom insertions that is, and here, let's just put in another little wedge like this. See how firm these insertions become when you have that little help from the equisetum. And then I'm going to show you another quick little trick here where using middleinos. And this is one where you want a little bit more erratic look, not so stiff. And so what I've done here, just to show you what I'm trying to achieve, is to take middleino, and I always take 3 or 4 at a time, and I'm going to sort of wedge it one into the other to start with. And then I'm going to take this. This is one of my favorite products, actually, at Accent Decor. I'm almost replacing it with, replacing bind wire with it, because a lot of times what we want to do is use mechanics that is attractive to look at, decorative as well as for the purpose of mechanic. And so this is, what I find is it's a very easy material to bend. It's easy on your hand. So what I can do is just wrap. And unlike bind wire, what I can do with it is just wrap it and not having to twist it. Because I'm finding that a lot of people have some difficulty with getting a real tight binding. And this way, it makes it very easy just because you're just wrapping. So it's also very decorative at the same time. So I'm finishing it off like this. And to get that kind of effect, what I do is tie it at a spot so that it keeps that nice flow. And it sort of builds a very simple armature. So this one here, it seems to be going up a little bit more than the other sample that I did, but by way of material use, whatever flower that I may use, I can bring it down by the weight of the flower. So I just want to show you how this works. The one in the front, the orange vase, Jambi vase, I'm going to design actually some of these beautiful ranunculus. It's a very exciting new variety, but before we go any further, I want to just use a little bit of lily grass so that we can get some linear flow extended out. So what I'm going to do is actually attach a little bit, just a little piece, dab of U-glue, dash, and bring it so that it actually attaches to this, because what this does is give you visual value, extra visual value by way of just extension. So the size of the arrangement becomes much bigger. And I'm going to attach this as well so that you're actually augmenting the beautiful middle lino with fresh product. And also gives you a lot of interesting linear flow that this adds to. And this is the beauty of actually working with 3, is that you can actually slip something like that into it to give it really exciting visual flow. And then into this, because this is really a beautiful composition already, what I want to do is just slip in some of these flowers like this. And see, you can actually split between these middle lino, and the flowers just hold so much better when you have that little extra armature effect with this combination of middle lino and lily grass. So I'm just bringing it in. So this is a very kind of a random look, very sort of European. I think it has a very good vegetative feel to it. And that's really essentially, you know, today's consumers are so into sort of a very natural feel, but interpreted in a very modern way. And look at this, like it's just a few flowers, but it gives you so much play. And look at the size of this arrangement. So this is kind of the way that I like to approach design. You know, what we want to do is use a beautiful container that's really functional and decorative at the same time, and build structures that makes it easy for us to showcase. And I'm going to show you the front and back side of this. But look how beautiful that is to put on the table across a banquet table, multiples of this, and how much that negative space extends the design so that you get so much visual value out of this particular container.